Hey Kipsters, today we're continuing to talk about the Syrian crisis. We're actually going to do something a little bit different. We're going to watch a video that talks about the main players and what's going on, and you're going to answer questions. And then we're going to listen to an audio of a news report that just happened yesterday. So both the video and the audio, you are welcome to answer the questions either using pictures or writing down your answer. But make sure that you're filling out all of the questions as you are listening to both. Let's get started.
The Syria crisis and the global players around it. In March 2011, a wave of revolutions shook the Middle East in uprisings known as the Arab Spring. Syria stood up to challenge its four-decade dictatorship, first with peaceful protests, which then sparked a violent crackdown by the government, plunging the country into civil war. Since then, tens of thousands of people have died, millions have been forced from their homes, and the world hasn't found a way to stop it. Why? Because world powers, the 5 permanent members of the UN Security Council, are split over what to do with Syria and its president, Bashar al-Assad. On one side, Russia and China. They're helping Assad stay in power because they've been strategic allies with Assad for years, and because democracy in Syria is seen as a threat to their own governments at home. Russia is leading the charge. Its President Vladimir Putin is protecting Assad, shielding him from harsher punishment at the UN. Iran is also supporting Syria. They're accused of boosting Assad's military power with weapons and equipment. On the other side, countries against Assad, who say he must step down. Chiefly the US, France, and Britain. President Obama has sent American support to Syria's opposition, fighting against the Assad regime. Why does Syria matter to the US? In part because its revolution is calling for freedom and democracy, and because the war has become a humanitarian and human rights crisis, and because Syria's conflict could destabilize the whole Middle East, a region that contains most of the world's oil that's key to the US and global economy. Some Middle Eastern countries also want Assad to go, so they're also supporting the opposition, sending weapons and helping rebels set up operations. With a world of countries pumping guns and money into each side, it's turned Syria into a battle zone. That's made it harder to potentially intervene to take Assad out, and that keeps the death toll rising. With refugees pouring into neighboring countries, a humanitarian crisis that gets worse every day. Already, the war in Syria is spilling across its borders, affecting the wider Middle East, and sending ripple effects to the rest of the world. For Syria Deeply, on Prezi, I'm Lara Satrakian.
All right, teammates, so make sure that you're filling out the questions in your notes. And then we're going to go ahead and listen to a news conversation from a report yesterday.
Raqqa is being slaughtered silently. That's the name of a group of activists from the city of Raqqa, Syria, who use social media to document the actions of ISIS. ISIS has declared Raqqa its capital. When ISIS took over the city nearly 2 years ago, Abu Ibrahim al-Raqawi began hearing that the militants were cutting off people's hands, raping women, and executing Christians and others who were considered to be non-believers.
So I say in my mind, I need to do something. So I just open my Photoshop, and then I make a logo, and I make the Facebook page.
And started posting what ISIS was doing. Abu Ibrahim al-Raqawi is the name this man is known by online. He won't tell us his real name because he's afraid he'll be identified by ISIS. I asked al-Raqawi why his group is called Raqqa is being slaughtered silently.
The city was suffering a lot. The people were suffering a lot, and nobody is care about them. It was completely silence. So we bring this name to turn a light on this city, that this city is suffering, and in suffering silently.
People eventually paid attention. Raqqa is being slaughtered silently has thousands of followers online. The work is dangerous. From the very beginning, ISIS targeted the activists. Any simple mistake, al-Raqawi says, could get you killed, like revealing your face or voice online, or even showing the rooftop of your house in a video or picture. If you do, he says, ISIS will find you. And a warning, he's about to describe some violence in detail.
They put cameras, they put special spies, they put a lot of police to check cell phones and laptops. They break a lot of internet cafes to search for activists. When they break the internet cafes, they tell all the people inside the cafe, put your hands on the table, nobody move. And they collect all the laptops and the cell phones, and they start to checking the history, everything. They check everything. Also, sometimes you are walking in the city and suddenly there is a checkpoint. They are searching cell phones. Also, not just they are following us on real life, they are following us also on internet, trying to hack our website, to hack our Twitter, to hack our Facebook. But we, thanks God, we are showing everyday daily life inside the city of Raqqa. We are sending the information from Raqqa to Turkey, and we are posting online everything.
So you are outside of Raqqa now?
I cannot tell you that.
Okay. But some of your activists are based in Turkey?
Yes.
And so recently, two of your activists, actually one of the co-founders of the organization, was killed in Turkey. Can you tell us what happened?
So there was a guy, he came to Turkey like 4 months ago, and he said he is an ISIS defector.
He said that he had been in ISIS.
Yes.
But that he had left ISIS.
Yes. So he asked for help, and because the guys have a good heart, they believed him. And they was hanging out together, eating together, sleep sometimes in the same apartment together. He pretended that he's their friend. Everything was normal. Then one day, he entered the apartment, the guy's apartment, with another 3 guys, I think. There was all of them ISIS. When Ibrahim opened the door, they shot them in the head immediately. And then they entered and shot Faris. And then they stabbed Ibrahim about 55 times. And they cut his head, and they cut Faris' head.
And how do you know they were ISIS?
Because they posted a video claiming responsibility for that.
Yeah. Do you still have people in Turkey?
Yes.
You must feel like it's not as safe to be in Turkey anymore. I mean, Turkey at one time, for a long time, for years, has been a safe haven for activists.
For Raqqa's being slaughtered silently activists, it's not safe.
And so this must mean that you yourself are very much a target.
Of course, all of us, we are targets.
Does it ever make you want to quit?
No, at all.
Why?
If they think that we will stop because they are killing some of our guys or they are chasing us, they are dreaming. We will not stop. It's a war. It's us or them. We will die until the last man, or they will leave Raqqa. This is the case.
Abu Ibrahim al-Raqawi, thank you very much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
That's the man known as Abu Ibrahim al-Raqawi. He's the founder of Raqqa is being slaughtered silently. He doesn't use his real name or reveal his location because of death threats from ISIS.
Kipsters, go ahead and fill out your final questions and have a great day.